What up, everybody? What is up? Let's do this thing. All right. Add a title for this guy. Ableton music production. Nick. No, save. Can I not save it? That's not very cool. Music. Apparently I can't rename it. That's a bummer. Alright, whatever. Getting to it. I hope that my chat comes through. Be kind of a bummer if it didn't. Alright. We'll put that in a separate window then, I guess. Cool. Alright, y'all. Let's get to it. So one of the things I wanted to play around with here was some sustain. So let's do a white noise. Then let's distort the ever-living shit out of it. How did they do those sustains? Oh, you know what? I need some serious sidechain too. My drums. Can I call it main drums? thing. I feel like they're just not going that well. Maybe they need to duck out of the way. So that gets sidechained by this. Chug 2. And not the bus either. What? How is this not getting triggered every time? Wonder if I can trigger it with MIDI. Is that possible? MIDI. Try this. Send this to main for chug. Box. That actually worked. Oh. Let's see. Alrighty. Let us see. Oh, nice. Alright, this is actually going live. Trying to get these two to work together. Because I feel like in a bunch of other songs that I've liked, that kind of lower layer worked really well. But I'm having a little trouble with it, so we're going to keep playing around with just some like presets and then we'll dial it in. Maybe it just needs to be a different chug. Like I was messing around with this one. Yeah. Like maybe it needs to be that guy instead. Try it. Same pattern. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's try. Dun, 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 dun. What key is this in? I think I just had it in D. Let us make some interesting patterns. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe even jam. And put that in the side chain. Interesting. Playing around with it. Try a different sustain. See what that sounds like. I feel like this needs a little different pattern. I'm gonna arm these both at the same time. Yeah. It'd be like, oh, why is this not playing? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, a little reggaeton. Playing around. Trying to make seizure music. What can I say? No. That's kind of interesting. What happens if I put it up in? Where's the sustain? Something about this, there's something not quite right. I'm not loving it. I love these chugs that I made. But I feel like the sustains aren't blending with it as kind of seamlessly as I would have expected. Maybe just... Yeah, I don't know what it is about. Maybe I'll... What am I doing wrong here? I feel like the kick and snare are kind of poking through. What's up, everybody? Let's see. I feel like, honestly, I think this chug is just meant to be by itself. Alright, so I'm going to take this and let's actually put it into a song that I'm working on. Let's see, this would be, open up my handy dandy app. Would be in the Bound for Life. Yes, I like that. Okay, Bound for Life, which is the Mango Sky project. All right, let's open it up. I'm not going to save this because I don't know why. Something about it. I'll play around with it a little bit more. I will play around with it. That's all we can do, right? Mess around and see what happens. Yeah. While we're waiting for this to load. What's up, everybody? Hope you all having a good night. Just making some sounds. Well, right now I was experimenting with some sounds, and then now, the sounds just for the sake of sounds aren't all that useful. So I'm gonna put these into a track that I'm actually working on finishing, called "Bound for Life," and it already has these pretty sick kind of chugs in there. But I was playing around with maybe what some different ones would sound like. So like. Bound for life, yeah, we riding tonight. Bound for life, yeah, we riding tonight. Gotta get rid of that sample. What is that? This Life plugin is actually pretty sick, though. It allows you to just take any sample and just kind of, you can chop it up in the usual ways, but then you can also make these quick little like loopy doopies out of it. That's what I was trying to do there, but I don't think I like it for the drop. Let's put those drums back. So this needs a little something in between. A little something. So let me put, here's my tear out bus buddy. Now let's put that other chug in there. Maybe we can play a. Oh, this is in B minor? Damn, this is low. See what it sounds like if I just wholesale. That's kind of nasty. Although it needs to have a little bit less sustain. It's going too long. How did I get it to be so quick before? I feel like it was very choppy. Oh, it was a gate. That's why. Let's try that. Add a little bit of a gate so that when it doesn't ring out as much. I could change this in the synth itself, but sometimes a gate's just easier. Oh, I might have to. There's this sound is crunched. Okay, let's do maybe what would happen if just like a little quicker release, you know what I mean? God damn it! That's mother breaking heavy. What was this guy doing up here? That really wasn't doing much of anything. So now okay, so these two are a little too big to be next to each other. So let me see. So maybe like the second drop could be something using those two together, because they're so gnarly. So let's say like this would be build, or like what do we want to call this, like bridge build. Now we'll say like second drop is here, first drop is here. So let's just paste the time here just so we have it. Now this would be this kind of second variation, so this would be this synth with this guy. And I could even make it like how is this all processed? So that's already clipped on the low end. That's already pretty clipped in the low end too. And by clipped I mean like just there's not a whole lot of low end, so the sub bass is doing its thing. That's pretty nasty. I kind of like it. So maybe here is where maybe this is where I can add that sustainical. Let's see. I love you like I do. They wouldn't get their life for you, but they die for you. No, 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 no. Bound for life, yeah. Maybe needs a little bit more, like, tiny bit more drum action. Wonder, like, just something super simple, like even just like a little, what am I looking for here? Let me see. What are we thinking about? We're thinking about maybe just like some hi-hats, but who am I thinking of? Not cone sound. Okay. Know it. Oh my god, what is the name? Noisia. That does not begin with a K. They always have the best samples. This is 130. It might even just be that simple, honestly. Try this. So this would be, try it without the kick side chain. I don't like, see what, I don't know, see what happens here. Kind of playing around at this point. I don't want any low end on this guy. No, way too much. All right, so I know it needs to be pretty minimal. So what could be just minimal? We just feel like a longer hi-hat. Like that. Maybe even like, maybe something stupid like just putting in reverb hardcore. Kind of like that, honestly. It gives it, because everything right now is kind of up in my face. So to give it some more space away from my face, I'm going to add some other stuff to the back to show you that that depth is there. It's there. And maybe even some, first of all, all right. I don't know that. Second of all, let's add like a little auto pan. So it goes woo, woo, woo. God dang. I think, where's my tear out buddies? There are my tear out buddies. Let's see what happens if I add my multi-pass buddy to this guy. Cheese and rice. Try maybe bring down the mix on this. Like this whole thing needs to be mixed down a little bit. And then maybe like on the second part, this could be automate the gain. Turn this down a little bit. Give some space to breathe for the high end in this guy. You know what I mean? To me, that the first one sounds more balanced. So, like, I'm thinking about like what can I do to make these two sound a little better together? Maybe this even needs to come down a little bit. Like, what would it sound like just for shits and gigs if I? All right, so this is gonna need some playing around with, but hey, ha! What's up, Goose? What's up, Tad? What's that noise? That is just if you are not being sarcastic in calling this noise, this is a Serum synth that I've just kind of ginned up over the past day or two. And I want to kind of play around with it a little bit to make it super gnarly if at all possible. So I'm playing around with like combining different synths because on their own I think they sound cool. But sometimes when you put these two things together, it can sound really cool, especially since like the beginning of this song is kind of brooding, but it's not like you wouldn't think off the bat, oh, this is like a tear out EDM song. Lying in the park. I mean, it literally starts like this. Lying in the park,
watching pass us by. Broken hearted, empty-handed. Bingo scattered, red turned starry night. Just go and let me lie here. Go and let me die here. I give up this life to be closer, oh, closer.
I think those drums could be. Yeah, that could be even huger. What's in this? This is a shaper box. Yeah, this could be so much bigger. Just make it louder and maybe without so much reverb. Also, I feel like I don't want it sidechained by the kick. Yeah, that helps a lot. Maybe we can. What else are we doing on here? I feel like it's almost making, like, this is making everything else sound good, but it's almost making this drum fill sound a little weaker. Maybe I'll just have this be totally separate.
I give up. I give up.
Can maybe do like a little pan.
I give up.
I want it to sound like the Phil Collins, like In the Air Tonight, where it's going from kind of left to right. I gotta play around with this a little bit more.
I give up this life. I love you like I do. Fell for life, fell for life.
Maybe adding just a little bit of like ear candy. You know what I mean? Because like maybe like some drum fills. Let me just turn the vocals off and like we're just listening to. Yeah, maybe even just like a little bit. We'll just play around with it. Like I'm not married to it, but we're just experimenting here. Like just drum fills. Need to be anything crazy. Sounds kind of cool. That's 80. You know what? Maybe just like Foley. Let's try some weird noises. Maybe that would be better. That could be kind of cool. Even maybe layering this on top of the synth itself could be kind of interesting. Like, let's just hear what it sounds like. Ooh. I don't mind it. Like, Where's the rhythm for this so I can just kind of match it? So that'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna turn down the synth so I can hear what this is doing relative to the rhythm. Oh, it's also not warped. Let's fix that. This is a handy dandy trick. I think it's, this is just something I use a lot. It feels pretty self-explanatory, but I mean, I've just also been doing this a little bit. But what you can do is like, so this is at 97 beats per minute, which is obviously not my 130, which I don't even know if you can see because it's off to the left of my screen. So what that means is that, it's not going to be matching up. So one way that I like to just quickly take any sample and at least get it pretty close, if you haven't let the software do it for you, and you can be kind of even more precise with it, is you take the unwarped sample, so it's just kind of plain as is, pitch it, and we want to contract it, so we're pitching it up, and then you just kind of look to see if it's like perfectly aligned right here. You can play with it too, like if you wanted it to be a little bit off, a little bit behind the rhythm, a little bit in front, whatever, but I want this to be pretty perfect, so yeah, that's pretty good. And then we can warp it, and then now if I play it back, like this is actually going to be pitch shifted, it's higher, so then we can just return the pitch back to normal. So now we have a perfectly warped sample. This is a helpful exercise too, like if you're really trying to understand the rhythm, like literally just turn down the volume for the other stuff. That is the Foley I needed. That one could actually be cool without the bass though. Let's try that. Yeah, and maybe for the one before it too. Yeah, even just little transitions I think are honestly going to be helpful here. So let's do like white noise, ball. Ooh, that's kind of a cool sound. Put that in there too. I don't care. Care about any of this. Trying to make cool stuff. That is so loud, ungodly loud. We can mess with this too, just like. Kind of a little matrixy. See that's the type of stuff that adds flavor. I love that actually. Now let's see how we can actually hear anything, because this is pretty loud. I feel like it does actually. Where's all that reverb coming from though? Am I insane? Is that just the sample? Yeah. That's actually kind of cool. Maybe even could layer this over the chunks. Oh my god, that is ungodly loud. Why? Maybe like... be something like off the back end. just don't mind at the front. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna let this be. One thing I still wasn't able to quite figure out was the stain. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try it one more time because I'm stubborn and I would like to figure this out. How do I make a sustain sound good with these tear-outs? This is in B. Let's turn these down, maybe just a hair. What else can we do to this thing? That sounds a little bit more convincing. Now, what can I do to add some movement to this buddy? Maybe just like have it open up. Let's try. This would be, maybe I'll make it a little slower. That actually sounds pretty cool. That sounds kind of cool. Let's bring these back up. And then, I wonder what this would sound like multipassed. Holy jeez. Then maybe there's like a little to the master bubble. This is heinous sounding, but we're just playing around. Maybe add a little bit of my saturator on here. It's crazy how much that adds. Anyway, all right. We're playing around with it. Put a shaper box on there. Shaper box, shaper box. Sidechain, boom. Audio, only do the low end. We're gonna sidechain it to 84 CRM. I should name these better. Oh, also, all these shaper boxes need to go last. Yeah. I think there needs to be more sidechain here. It's still not exactly what I want, but I think it's worth at least keeping. So I'm going to say maybe like 32/1 trying trying sustain. It's a new concept, so we're okay with, we're okay with this not turning out the way that we want, because it might just be something that I like later. So cool. Awesome. I think that's our stream for right now. Yep. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And yeah, as always,